Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here, and we are back with another episode of Forza Horizon 5's Hidden Secrets. This is a series where both you and I discover interesting things, whether it's Easter eggs, bugs, secrets, or glitches within the game. If you have discovered something fascinating that has yet to be showcased on this channel and would like to be featured in a possible future episode, please make sure to share it with me either on Xbox, my gamertag is Ericship, or over on Instagram, and hopefully we all get to learn something a little bit more about Forza Horizon 5. If you do enjoy this series, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button as it really helps me out. And here are 7 new secret things that you didn't know about Forza Horizon 5. Starting off with number 1, new splash screen. So over the past couple of years, Forza Horizon 5 has featured several unique splash screens that would tie in with a monthly update. I believe the very first notable one was from the 10-year anniversary series, where each week the splash screen would pay tribute to an older Forza Horizon title, which was pretty cool. And the other one was from Italian automotives, where the return of some of our favorite Italian manufacturers were used. And now with Series 34, another brand new start screen is featured, showcasing the newly decorated highway as well as one of the star vehicles for Series 34, the Hyundai N Vision 74. You will also notice the music sounding quite similar to the original Horizon 5 intro, and that's because this version is a Mitch Murder remix. And for all YouTubers and streamers out there, I can confirm by Playground Games that this particular intro song is streamer friendly and should yield no copyright claims. Honestly, I love the look of this intro, and I still wish that one day, maybe once Horizon 5 comes to the end of its life, that we could get the option to choose all the other unique splash screens this game has had throughout its lifetime. Number 2, what else were Playground Games scanning? Now, we know recently we got this epic Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution time attack. It's been proven to be a completely brand new scan, as players within the community over on the official Forza forums have compared it to the standard Evo 8 and 9 in Horizon 5, as those car models have been in the Forza series since the original Xbox and Xbox 360 days. But the real question is, what else were Playground Games scanning? I asked this because in one of their recent Let's Go live streams, the developers revealed that they were actually sourcing other vehicles before their photographer accidentally stumbled across this Evo and asked Playground Games if this would be of any interest. Now, I've done a bit of research, and it turns out over the past several years, this Evo has gone through 2 owners. Originally, the car was in a hangar somewhere in Las Vegas, and Life Motors actually went there to make a video showcasing the car. Then a few years later, Cole Powelson, the guy who owns Life Motorsport, ended up purchasing the Evo and is now sitting in his warehouse. So, assuming if Playground Games were to have gone to Life Motorsports, these are some of the other cars they have according to their Instagram, including this 1000 brake horsepower Time Attack GTR, which recently raced with Donut Media as part of their livery. There has been some speculations that a possible Donut Media 3.0 story might release, and if so, imagine the Time Attack GTR being a part of it. Who knows, but certainly interesting to wonder what other cars Playground Games were sourcing during this time. Number 3, early concepts of the Horizon Festival site. So for me, I love seeing how games change throughout development, whether they come in the form of an interview from a developer, leaked early gameplay footage, or even concept arts, as it gives us a cool journey of how much a game has changed. Sometimes it even leaves us wondering, what if certain things were kept and had further been developed? Would the game end up being totally different to the final release version? Unfortunately, us getting our hands on an early development build of Forza Horizon 5 will likely never happen. However, thanks to early concept arts released by senior concept artist at Playground Games, Michael Richards, we can see some of the early ideas they had in mind when developing Horizon 5 Mexico. An example we have is the Horizon Festival sites, where the names were once very different. There were Horizon Zama, Horizon Adventurer, and Horizon Kata, which I believe Zama ended up being Wild, Adventurer being Baja, and Kata being Apex. Interesting to also see some of the theme colors changing as well. And for anyone that wants to check out the post directly, I will put a link to it down in the description below. Number 4, you didn't fool us. So one of the hard to find cars that's returning for everyone to obtain in Series 34 is the DeLorean, which can be earned for 160 points throughout the entire 4 weeks. This will mark its first time since Series 1, I believe, that the DeLorean will be made available. But the story behind the DeLorean, at least within the Forza series, has been quite fascinating. It was a car that was released as a DLC back in Forza Motorsport 3, then it became one of the very few cars in Forza Motorsport 4 selected to be showcased in their revolutionary feature known as Auto Vista mode, which has sadly kind of regressed by turn 10 over time, but since then, the DeLorean disappeared, and for years, Forza players have been asking, when are we going to get this car back? And it wasn't until update 35 back in Forza Horizon 4 when Playground Games used to do this thing called Torben Tuesday, where they would tweet an image of clues pertaining to new cars that will be featured in the upcoming update, that they drew this 2 reverse 9 loops, which is pretty much exactly the same shape as when the DeLorean was struck by lightning in one of the Back to the Future movies. And sadly, when update 35 in Horizon 4 was revealed, we didn't get the highly anticipated DeLorean. Safe to say, we were pretty disappointed at the time. Then, a few months later, Forza Horizon 5 got revealed, and creative director for Playground Games at the time, Mike Brown, tweeted, "Hey, remember when there were a couple of things on the design whiteboard that you couldn't figure out back in April's Torben Tuesday? Do these shots help?" No, they don't. The 2 loops were easily the most direct Easter egg you could have done for introducing the DeLorean. Sure, there may be some similarities to the new Event Lab feature presented in Horizon 5's reveal trailer, and it's a nice cover-up story to say that they teased Horizon 5 a few months before its official announcement. However, we ain't being fooled here. Now, whatever the reason was to hold the DeLorean back from being introduced in Horizon 4's update 35, we will never know. It's not always the case of licensing issues like everyone automatically assumes. It could have just been held back to entice DeLorean lovers to buy the upcoming Forza Horizon 5 at the time. But what do you guys think? Number 5, it's not all Playground Games. Whether it's scanning for a new car, adding additional features in a monthly update, or whatever it may be, not all of the work is done solely by Playground Games. In fact, many of the work, and this goes with pretty much every AAA title, are outsourced to other studios to alleviate the amount of workload. Now, you might be wondering, who has been helping Playground Games with these huge monthly updates as of late? Well, one studio that we do know is known as Wushu Studios, an independent gaming studio which offers a wide range of gaming services, and they even publicly announced on X that they actively worked on Series 21 Explore the Horizon update, which of course introduced many cool features like the brand new photo mode. Not only that, they also worked on Series 23's Icons of Speed story. I wonder, who else has Playground Games outsourced throughout the life of Horizon 5, as surely there has to be more than one company, right? What do you guys think? Number 6, did you spot this? So back in Series 20 High Performance, Playground Games introduced a brand new oval racetrack as part of their evolving world. And in many of their press images, if you will, the oval would also feature the new to Forza cars that were introduced in Series 20, which were of course the 2 racing Porsches, as well as the Huracan STO and Audi RS6 Avant. But did you know, if you take a closer look at this particular image here, on the right hand side, you can see all of the cars from Series 19 also featured, which were of course the Rimac Nevera, the Lexus LC500, and the 2 Cadillacs. I thought this was a pretty nice touch, and a huge shout out to fellow Forza creator Equinox for spotting this. Thank you. And lastly, number 7, new car models. In one of my recent videos, we covered that Forza developers will be rebuilding some of the most outdated and inaccurate car models in the entire series. Here is a list of cars they'll be rescanning. Now, there's been a lot of speculations as to what might happen once these cars are rescanned and ready to be introduced. Will they replace the car models in their current titles? And if so, will that affect any of the tunes or even liveries made? Well, we do have a definitive answer by an official Turn 10 member over on Reddit who answered, and I quote, "We have a list of cars we're chasing down to be rebuilt. Really exciting stuff. It may take a while to get them showing up in games. Sourcing and building cars takes many months or even years depending on how hard it is to find a museum quality car, licensing, etc, etc. When the refresh cars do come out, it will likely be with future games as we aren't able to just swap out the old models for the new in existing games without potentially breaking other things in the process." Now, this comment is very interesting, and I want to talk about Forza Motorsport first. I believe the initial plan for the current Forza Motorsport title was to be this evergreen game that will continue its life with updates. But because Turn 10 essentially exposed themselves by admitting that the game was not built from the ground up, does that mean that a newer Forza Motorsport title is somewhere in the works right now? Because what's the point of rebuilding these cars if Turn 10 themselves can't even use it, right? And as far as the next Forza Horizon title goes, does Microsoft and Playground Games want a new game released with these freshly rebuilt cars? Ideally, I think they would. However, if it's going to take a while, then does that mean we won't see Horizon 6 until 2025 or 2026? We don't exactly know. However, one thing we can confirm is that yes, there will be more Forza games in the future. But what do you guys think about all of this? Anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash a thumbs up button as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza related, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.